Hey, what's up? It's your man Qualified. We out here live with the man 4K. This is Factory. You already know what's going down.
You dig?
Hey, man. So 4K. If there's people out here who don't know, who aren't aware, tell them a little bit about yourself, how you got started, where you came from, your background.
Uh, Damn. Off bat, already fucking up. Um,
Off rip.
Off rip. I started making music in 2014. There was this class. Well, me and my manager now, Josh, we had our first period together senior year, and like they had a project in the first period class to make your own song, make the beat, and make a music video for it.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about no music video. I just wanted to make music.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then I was like, fuck, we should just do this forever. And I've been addicted ever since. Broken addicted. and yeah, you know, Mililani, forever. Born and raised. You dig?
I hear it. Nah, man. So yeah, this right here, this is my man's. My bro. I known the dude for a while. We brought him in the when he was still a young cat. We brought him in the workhouse.
Yep.
And he was I've been aware of my man's skills and
On the
whatnot.
sauce.
You know what I mean? Like he's
been on whisk.
Yeah, he's been ill for a minute. Like this ain't brand new. So tell us a little bit about your current wave, because like if people aren't aware, you're on a little bit of a roll right now. You got I feel like you found a groove. You've kind of found your sound.
Yeah.
And you found your confidence, man. You real confident with the shit that you dropping right now. And it's working. Like, we see it out here. It's moving. It's working. People is fucking with it.
I think, like, there was a point where I was going to other people for studio time, and, like, in that midst of me, like, kind of being like, bro, fuck it. I'm not gonna... I went to school for audio engineering, so I was just like, man, it's pointless for me to keep going to somewhere else. And then, like, once I started doing it on my own, I felt like is when I kind of got to figure out what I wanted to sound like, because... Like, when you do it on your own, I feel like you're not in a studio paying for time, so you don't feel rushed, you know, and then, like, when you do it on your own, you get to fuck around with different shit, like, that you can't, like, really explain to somebody else to do, like, that you really want, like, you know, like, there's hella effects that I knew I wanted to do, but I didn't know what they were called, or, like, stuff like that, you know, but you can figure out, like, what you're best at, I feel like, when you do it on your own, because it's not like another, like, a third party trying to, like, corrupt whatever you want to do kind of thing, I feel like. Yeah, but then like music wise, like fuck, I feel like if you're not confident in what you drop, then they'll tell. Like people can tell, you know.
Yeah.
And then like at that point, it kind of just loses the authenticity. I feel like.
Right.
Like everything I've been trying to drop lately is I'm trying to drop like stacked shit. Like I'm trying to drop like everything that's fucking like the best of the best right now. So I'm just not trying to like I have like easily I want to say like an extra like 40 songs already. Like. From like the summer we started working on the album, that like just didn't make the cut. That I was like, nah, it's trash. But you like every song is like a different sound, and that was what it was. Yeah. Now that we kind of figured out what I want to sound like, I'm kind of just sticking to that.
Okay. Nah, that's what's up, man. Like that's really thought out. Like I feel like there's a lot of people not like calling out anybody specifically or anything like that, but I feel like there's a lot of people out there who go about dropping music and dropping projects and don't really have that like meticulous focus on what's going on. They're just like, oh, let's just make some shit, or like, you know, let's just throw some shit out here.
Facts, no facts.
And like it's cool to see like younger cats doing that already. Like, you know what I mean? Because like I had to learn that. Like, I mean, I had ideas. Starting out, but like once I started doing shit, I learned like, okay, you have to
go through like there's other ways to do shit.
So
and that was a big thing too. Was like I was like 16 when I was in workhouse.
You
know, so it's like I was already like I learned off of like your guys's mistakes and like your guys's like lessons. Like I learned through that shit. So like a lot of the stuff that I had already knew how to do, it wasn't even off of experience as much as it was like I was just around the right people kind of thing. You know, and then like now more so it's like a day and age where it's like we were talking about that, like, you know, bro, nothing matters anymore. Like relationships that you build, like fuck, it's pointless now. So it's like fuck you. Like how you come up is completely up to you, and like, you know, if you want to learn the hard way, you can learn the hard way, but like fuck, bro, everything is a fucking, it don't matter, bro. Nothing matters no more. Like all the relationships I built, I feel like at one point it was for like, alright, this could better me, but now like I do stuff for more so like I fuck with it, kind of thing. And that's kind of where like it kind of got easier for me. I feel like the more I started actually fucking with my own shit, you know, like being my own fan.
I feel you. Yeah, nah, man, you gotta do shit that you actually feel. That's the real shit. You know what I mean? That's what's up.
Yeah, the real shit. You don't have to be barred out to give real shit. You know,
Hey.
like the realest spitters to me is like fucking like the trap ass motherfuckers. I love like Lil Baby.
Okay.
I love all that shit.
Yeah.
Like Young Dolph is like
yeah.
But it's like shit. It's so simple and it's
It's
so simple and everybody talks shit about it. And I seen a tweet where it was like, we live in a generation where people really thought that shit was lyrical as fuck. And I was like, it's not lyrical, but it's like
hard.
nobody said it though. That shit is hard as fuck. Like I don't know. I like shit like that, you know. So like that could be real shit. Like real shit could be like whatever you like.
Yeah.
So at least people know like, oh, that's at least him, you know.
Yeah, nah, that's what's up. Yeah, man. Just like me with all that wrestling shit. Like niggas know I'm really about it. So when you hear me say that shit,
it's like I believe it.
It's like, oh yeah. Oh, he really would do that shit.
Facts.
So
Swanton bombs.
You know, off the top. Another one before we wrap things up. Glacier Boys, man. Tell us a little bit about the crew. Tell us about the movement. What's going on?
Oh, fucking. It's like I don't like to even call it anything because like we were all friends before any of this, you know. And like that was one of the things that I always try to stress to everybody. Like when people ask like what really works best for us, it's just like the fact that Josh has known me since kindergarten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like fuck, I don't trust some of my family members more than I trust Josh, you know? And it's like just us two always being on the same page, I feel like is what makes things work. And then like we always on the same page. Like right now, like our goal is like merch. Like, you know, we have like a bunch of shit we're about to drop before the middle of the summer. But it was like what direction did we want to take it and stuff like that. So like one thing about us that I love is like we're hella open to everybody. Like if anybody wants to have an opinion on it, you can have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
But it's like as a group, like we really don't give a fuck at the same time because like we're pretty much gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do here anyways. Yeah. So it's like I don't know. It's not like a crew. It's not like a gang. It's just like it's just friends.
Nah,
like people that I fucking grown up with. Yeah. Like people like I've known Josh since kindergarten. I've known Kaika since 3rd grade. Kairi since fucking 7th grade. Like it's people that I can't kick out of my life if I wanted to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've tried hella times. They just won't leave. So yeah. It's just like as corny as it sounds, it's like a fucking family.
Nah, that's what's up, though.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Shit, one more thing before we close everything down and try to find some weed.
Facts.
I noticed you did mention your album. You mentioned some merch that you guys are trying to drop in the middle of the summer. You know, anything you got coming up? What's next? What should we be on the lookout for when it comes to 4K and the Glacier Boys and friends?
Merch for sure. Merch, we're gonna be I'm dropping like hella merch. I got like a bunch of girl stuff I want to do.
Okay.
A bunch of others like hoodies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we were trying to reach like girls, you know. And that was the thing with like our merch. Like I wanted to bring out girls to shows.
Yes.
I'm fucking tired of going to hip hop shows, and it's only fucking dudes, yo.
All the time.
I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm putting a stop to it right now.
We appreciate it.
So fuck, you gonna see fucking Glacier Boys bikinis. It's actually we call it the Glacier Boys and Girls Club.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what like the merch is gonna go off of, and I'm gonna do like bikinis. I'm gonna do like fucking.
Yeah, that's dope.
I want to do like pasties.
Yes.
For like their nips and shit.
All
Bro, it'd be so fucking fire. Girls came on the show like just pastied out. That'd be fucking hard. Like GB. Oh fuck. I gotta mark that one down. Big Island July 7th. I think. Big Island July 7th. My album we're gonna drop.
Cats.
Fucking for real, shout out FTH. And then my album drops November 24th.
Okay.
Every year I'm gonna drop something on my birthday right now. Is what it's kind of going for.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah.
Okay.
I turned 22 this year, so y'all gonna get 22 songs.
Ooh.
I'm lying. I'm my ass.
I mean, like, hey,
I ain't giving y'all
crazy.
22 songs. Y'all tripping.
Like, these niggas out here dropping a 7-song album. Like, I'm gonna hit you with 22.
Facts. Bet. MTC. GB.
You already know what it is.
Gang, gang.
Alright, man. Factory. It is what it is. It's my man 4K. Qualified. stood behind the camera. We out.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your man Qualified. We are here live on Factory. Shout out to my homegirl Nikki. Hey, okay, we're in the building. Well, actually, in the car. We were in the building, but the music was too loud. We don't want to get copyright strikes. So Nikki, just letting the people know. Just tell them a little bit about yourself, where you come from. Why are we here?
Why are we here? That is the question of the day. You know, so I'm a local girl, born and raised here, on the windward side. So I was raised in Kahalu.
Okay.
Became a Townian intermediate, and that's all history.
There we go. All right. Okay. And now, you know, Factory, the show, we talk a little bit about hip-hop, a lot of it about hip-hop, actually. And you're also involved with hip-hop. You've been out here in the scene. I see you. I see you with all four of my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So, so what's good? Tell us a little bit about your involvement in hip-hop, how you got started. How'd you fall in love with the culture? What's up?
Well, I was introduced to the culture in high school. I'm going to date myself now, but when I was in high school, the skaters were very integrated into the hip-hop culture. And so most skaters were either DJing or breakdancing. A lot of them were breakdancing.
Okay.
And tagging and stuff like that. So that's how I got introduced to the culture, and I fell in love with it as soon as I was introduced to it. We'd just go to friends' house in Waipahu and hang out, and there'd be ciphers, both MC and B-boys, and then we'd go late at night and do some illegal stuff and get down and be creative on the islands.
There we go.
So that's how I got introduced to it and fell in love with it. And I think it really resonated with me as an individual because I am a Hawaiian girl, born and raised. My father's from Kauai, so the Hawaiian culture was very very prevalent when I was growing up. So music was a big thing. Spoken word or language culture, storytelling, and dance, obviously hula. So when I was introduced to hip hop, I felt like it was so parallel to my culture, my personal culture. And with the beats and the drums and all of that. So I just completely fell in love with it.
Yeah, that's super dope.
And then it was very relevant.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel you. Okay, you had a personal connection with it.
I did.
And so having that personal connection, that's kind of like stretched forward into the work that you're doing now, like how you're still using the culture.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what you're doing now.
Well, and that would be my phone.
It's all good.
Sorry. I'm using hip hop because it helped me. It helped me in my life, in my personal life. It helped me not make certain decisions, negative decisions in my life, because I had a rough upbringing. And so it was really an escape for me. It was really a place, like a sanctuary for me. All the different elements of hip hop. So as I got older, I wanted to pay it forward and use hip hop for the kids, how it helped me. I wanted to make it available for them, and so I started thinking, how can I do that? There wasn't a lot available. It was still more of like a street culture. Now it's so commercialized, and it's kind of found everywhere, not from attire to on TV. But when I was coming up, it wasn't anywhere. It was at people's houses and stuff. And so I just kind of wanted to make it available to the kids. So we do Diverse Art. It's a nonprofit organization, and we provide classes in the different elements, the 4 or 5 different elements of hip hop. The 5th being the foundation of all 4. But we do try to educate the kids and make it available so they can use that on their come up, like how I did. It kind of helped save me, I think. Yeah, so that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. So what are some of your we've talked about like what hip hop means to you and everything. What are like some of your favorite MCs or some of your favorite albums?
Oh no, you're gonna do that.
like what's some of the stuff that you really rock with? It can be current, it can be from the stuff that drew you in.
I'm old soul, so current is good.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy the older stuff.
I got you.
All the stuff from 95, 96.
Hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of more my repertoire. You can totally vibe to that, totally enjoy it.
Yeah.
And move to it because dance is my genre.
Right.
So I mean, all of those albums, like Marauders, you got Wu-Tang, you got
Okay.
like
Yeah.
all the foundational music. I feel like.
Yeah, and I rock to quite a bit of Tribe.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I'm not like super young. I'm a little bit younger than you.
Mm-hmm.
No diss. But yeah, no, I feel you. I rock with a lot of the current stuff. I rock with a lot of the older stuff. But I mean, as long as somebody is bringing that hip hop, you know what I mean? Like you can, it's a groove you can feel. It's the substance in the rhymes.
Yeah.
So I can dig it. I feel it.
Yeah.
So I know we like to have exclusive announcements here on Factory. So like when is your mixtape dropping?
Oh.
Nah, I'm playing.
You do not want to hear me. You don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me.
Right? Like you know it's no cap when they say it 3 times. She's like, you don't want to hear me.
No.
You don't want to hear me.
I'm saving y'all.
You don't want to hear me.
No.
But you do work with the MCs. Like we've actually worked together on a thing called Rock the School Bells.
Yes.
So yeah, explain a little bit about.
Yeah, Rock the School Bells is exactly what I was talking about. It's a one-day conference where we pull youth and educators, and we teach the educators how to incorporate hip hop in their classrooms so that they can make education relevant.
Yes.
Kids engage children in knowledge, and then we have workshops for the students, and we teach them elements of hip hop, and we show them how to elevate themselves through the lens of using the lens of hip hop, and how they can elevate their life, whatever their goal is, and they can use that as their self-expression.
Okay. Dope.
Yep, it's happening this year, October.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got some really exciting guests coming to town.
Okay.
I really want to say, but I can't yet.
But we can't.
But
she gonna tell me off camera. Y'all can't know.
October 6th is the date.
Okay.
Yep, 2018. So it's gonna be dope.
Yes. Okay. And like we worked together on that. We've worked together on events at Diverse Arts before. One thing that we've talked about is putting together a MC battle.
Yes.
So is that something that's in the works?
September.
September.
Yes, we have a date.
It's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down. That's
battle.
a factory exclusive. You already know what it is.
September 8th. It's going to be at the Waikiki Shell.
Boom.
Yep.
It's really going down. That's a huge exclusive, guys.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? You can't see my ears, but it's really happening. So all the MCs who think they got that fire, if you really want some smoke, if you really want that smoke, we need to call you Mr. Chimney. Show up to battle. All right. Let's see what's good.
September. Yep. September. It's gonna be dope. And got some prizes.
Prizes.
Yep. We're gonna have an audience.
Okay.
And a mic and a speaker, and that's all you need.
That's really all you need. That's really all you need. Sometimes I'll be rapping with a hairbrush in the bathroom. so y'all got a mic and a speaker. Y'all already ahead of me. So let's get it. Okay. One more thing before we wrap everything up. Let's see. If there's one thing that you could kind of put out there and leave out there in the culture, what would it be?
The importance of legacy. Yeah. So that whole each one teach one thing, I know it's like it can be super played out, but it's so legit because any culture, its lifespan is based on teaching the next generation.
Yes.
And so leaving a legacy of your knowledge, like I know you're working with a lot of young cats. Not just helping them with their come up, but imparting what you've learned, what you've experienced, making it easier. So I would hope that I would be able to leave that, and anybody that comes across our path as diverse artists, just the importance of legacy, especially all you hip hop heads out there. sharing yourself, duplicating yourself, because we ain't here forever. So
I feel it.
yeah.
I feel it. Nah, that's dope. Basically, she's telling you OGs to not just criticize the young cats, but to reach out to them. Let's bridge the gap. Let's bridge the gap, guys. Alright? You feel me? We dropping knowledge here on Factory. Alright, Nikki. Peace.
Love you.
Thank you. We out.
What's happening, man? It's your man Qualified. We in the building. You already know what it is. We have Osnizzle, the world famous motherfucker right here next to me. Factory show. So before we start asking you questions and getting into the shits,
all right.
Just tell them a little bit about yourself, who you are, why we know you, all of that.
Man, it's like a long introduction. My name's Osnizzle. Go by Osna, but I had to change it up.
Okay.
But when you Google Osna, some other stuff popped up, so I was like, oh, I want to be
okay.
the only one that pops up when
feel
you know that first page. So I was like, Osnizzle. It's the only thing. So
There you go.
I'm rock with that. So I've been in this hip hop scene out here in Hawaii since '03, after I graduated high school, and then just been rocking since. So kind of dabbled into a little bit of everything and stuck around.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about our scene, right? Is like you see people come and go, you know,
Right.
and there's not too much people who like
Floating in and
just
out.
you know. So if you can stay long enough,
There you go.
your name is really up there with only a handful of people. So we here now
Moving to legendary status like this cat.
by default.
Now, all them battles though, them battles is kind of
Yeah.
legendary.
That was funny. At that time is when I was first coming out like rap wise, because I
Yeah.
started off like producing,
Yeah.
and then as a producer, obviously all your friends are gonna be rappers now, and they want beats and stuff. So
Right.
that became like my circle of just everybody just like rap, and of course who you hang out with, you start picking up stuff. So that's when I started picking up rap. It's a album release party,
Okay.
and it was crazy. Like all these people it was like a b-boy show too, so
Right.
like an all around hip hop stuff.
Okay,
so it wasn't
okay.
just for me.
Yeah.
So like a lot of old drunk uncles, they like they had like this freestyle battle going on, and it was like, you gotta go, man, you rap, come on, jump in.
Okay.
And I never did one before.
You just
And
had to serve up some uncles real quick.
no, the uncles is just like the there's like, yo, you gotta do it against the young boys and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
then so I did this battle, and prior to the battle, I did my performance, and it was like, all right, you know, like,
Yeah.
but this battle is like got the whole crowd wild. And,
Yeah.
I was thinking, yo, I spent like 6 months doing this album, and I perform it in front of everybody, and you know, you get like a okay response,
Right.
and then I go and freestyle a battle that I never prepped for, you know, it's just like last minute, and
They lose their
I'm
minds.
like, this is so much easier. Why am I wasting my time
Right.
doing music? So that's what kind of like sparked the whole battle scene, Hawaii.
Right.
But you can't find anything prior to like 2007-ish, right? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was all word of mouth. There's like Under the Bridge, or it's like at some,
Right.
it's like
And-
some battle. Nobody was filming them, so I was like, hey, if I'm gonna battle, pull out the camera, let's film it and put it on YouTube. And I think that's what just
That's what blew things up.
that's what blew
That
things.
one cat you got, what is it, DuPont?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We call him DePanti. though.
DePanti.
that one still gets me, still to this day, man. Like hell, you got battle. Battle. If you didn't see it, I think it's just the storyline that made it like
Yeah.
huge. So this kid was one of those guys on the internet. He was still in high school, and he actually has a battle with somebody else like at their high school, and that thing was like 1 million views.
Yeah,
A
that's
high school
crazy.
battle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I was like, damn. So this kid, you know, he's feeling himself. I'll take out Osna. So we end up battling, and he did really good.
Yeah.
But he choked the second round.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, yo, if he didn't choke, I think he would have beat Osna. So that's like got him more. He wanted a rematch, But then, like, I watched this battle. I was like, yo, you bit, like, half your bars. Half your bars you, like, took from other rappers. You know what I mean? That's why your shit sound good. Let me rap some, like, Jay-Z and some other shit. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I get some punches.
I'll blame everybody.
Yeah, right? Everybody get it. Rematch was what set it off.
Yeah.
Is because I was working at Pizza Hut at the time. So he showed up to my job and he's like, you know, talking this shit like, you work at Pizza Hut, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about it is, like, we're from the same neighborhood.
Right.
But he's, like, 10 years younger than me.
Right.
So he was like, man, ain't nobody know you in Salt Lake or whatever. You know, it's like, hey. And so this is classic. I was like, yo, I will serve you in your own hood then. Is meet me at Salt Lake. He picked the time, the place, and everything. We go to this basketball court, and we battle him. It's so funny because like I showed up with like at least 50 more people than he did. I think that whole mentality just shook him, and he just like he's like, oh fuck, like I didn't know shit. Like holy shit, and that's what made that battle like yeah. And then he wanted a third one, and then it was just like okay, that's a good battle. Watch that Jordan DePanti.
Look that up. Back then, dude actually showed up. He wanted to smoke. He came back for a couple rounds. You know what I'm saying? I don't know necessarily if people would be with the smoke like that.
They ain't.
Now.
That's why the scene ain't around anymore. There was some good times.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Alias. I remember that.
Hey, okay.
That shit.
Yeah.
I was actually there when that happened. But that was crazy. Especially because
he was another one too.
Yeah, who was talking?
Yeah,
who was talking this shit.
But he actually showed up.
Yeah, no, I remember that because like, what was it? I forget what the group was, but it was we had some Facebook group at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all had that group lit. Like,
dude, that group was.
Y'all had that group lit because everybody was going back and forth because he was talking that shit about you and he was like, all right, we'll then battle there. We'll set it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, it was an event. Like, everybody was talking about it. I was getting text messages like, yo, you going to the battle? Like, I'm pretty sure Gums like called off work that night.
Damn.
So,
I think we did the last round in front of his shop.
Yeah.
We got kicked out the bridge.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, come to my shop.
Yeah, come to the shop. Yeah. So we was over there in front of Holy Smokes, man.
Yeah.
Like, so that shit,
these days, nah. These kids don't want no smoke.
That was like a Wednesday night.
It was random.
It was like a weeknight.
This generation is just different. I think social media took over.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel you big time.
It's all about flexing now.
That's where the beefs take place.
Not
social
checking,
media.
just flexing.
Just flexing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Young Tay. No. Or Lil Tay. That's
Lil Tay.
The switch in the scene, the switch in hip hop.
Right.
Like, what specifically is sticking out to you that you wish that you could change or kind of bring back from the old days?
One big thing is like being a producer or even like engineering songs is a lot of artists nowadays just want you to email you the beat or whatever. You know, they don't even want to work in the same studio anymore. They just want to be like, yo, send me the beat, bro. Send me the stems. I send you back the acapella or whatever. It's like, yo, let's get in the studio. Let's waste half the day together. You know what I mean? Bounce back ideas and stuff. Like, that's like the creative process I miss. Is like a lot of new artists, they want to just like zone out in their own self and do whatever they want, which is cool. But like, I personally, like, if I wanted to do a track with you, I'd be like, yo, just come in. Let's make the beat from scratch. Let's just bounce shit, you know, like, whatever.
I feel you. Know, I mentioned also being a producer and everything like that. I know you. I see you out here DJing sets, having residencies, places, and everything. Like, you did a video for me.
Yeah.
So, does it help you being so versatile and being able to fill so many roles and do so many different things?
Oh, that's like the only way I think you can do it in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna eat off of just one thing.
Facts.
Like even if I was just a rapper, there's no ways I could pay my bills.
Yeah.
There's no ways.
Trust.
Like that's why I actually started DJing. It was consistent money. It was weekly. It was like all the time. It was easy. Even if I was just a producer, like you get that one maybe fat check every once in a while. You know what I mean? You gotta like stretch it out. It's nothing like consistent. So I had to just dabble into everything just to survive. You know what I mean? Living in Hawaii, you gotta work like a 9 to 5. Sometimes you gotta have 2 jobs. You know, facts, right? So whenever you do that, it
don't
also
have a kid too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it takes away from your creativeness, or if you want to be a rapper, you can't spend as much time as you should if you want to perfect that craft. We have a lot of weekend rappers, I call them, you know, and you have to. It's like you don't have a choice. Like it's like, do you go broke to chase this dream that's really not gonna pay off anyways? So it's kind of like juggling of what you can do and can't do.
We just stepped out there and started doing stuff and putting our own shows together. We had no idea how to book venues, how to do anything, but we just had to step out there and start doing it.
Exactly. That's exactly how I started. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know. Yeah, and it's just like from that point, I just gotta, I stuck with it.
Yeah.
That's all the difference is of being consistent. Networking with people. Yeah. And then like picking apart their brains, right? Like, hey, you do this camera stuff. How do you do this? Or what kind of equipment do you use? And then I'll just like Google, YouTube, or like follow them around. Like, let me just like shadow you for a couple days and go from there. Yep. It's being a problem solver. Like people think I'm smart. I'm not smart at all. Right. It's just like being able to figure out situations. That's it. Nah, man. That's it.
Hey, big facts. That's how I get by.
Right.
Like I don't consider myself super smart.
No.
But I know how to get out of situations.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you really need in life.
So there we go. Last thing that I guess, if you could give any advice to anybody who's coming up, anybody who's trying to be, an artist, or just kind of like a jack of all trades like yourself, just doing everything. Like, what's the main thing that you would want to try to impart to them?
Take your lickings, man.
There you go.
Like, everybody wants handouts now. They want that fast way.
Yes.
But once you get that fast way, you don't appreciate it. Like me, if everything was handed to me, I wouldn't be around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, whatever, working somewhere else. Like, I'm over that already. That shit came easy.
All right, we're done with that.
Yeah, we're done. All right, moving on to the next thing. But I think because I went through so much ups and downs, and being able to do small shows, do big shows, and going broke, being rich, and going back to broke, and like a lot of artists, I think you need to go through some life shit to like appreciate it, and also being able to talk about it. Yeah. Like you want your music to be diverse. You don't want to be talking about the same things all the time.
Right.
A lot of kids right now are turning up. That's the music, right?
Yeah.
They just want to get lit, make this crowd go wild. But how long can that last for, right? Yeah. So I guess the advice would be like, just live your life and talk about it. Is basically all it is, and have a passion for it. Yeah. You don't want to half-ass music.
For real.
Because I half-assed a lot of music back then, and I listened back to it, and I'm like, oh man. The internet is forever, you know what I mean? Like, some things it did, I was like, why did I do that? It's like, and you can't erase it. Someone else saved it and whatever, Yep.
Yeah, I got a couple of Hyphy Willa Boys videos.
Hey, that's right.
I know exactly.
Exactly, right? But it's like good learning experiences, and it shows your growth. So I feel like a lot of kids that are coming up now are quick to quit. It's like, just take your licks, man. Yeah. Put in the work. Pains, put in the work. So you heard it here first, Cakeys.
Hey. Shit. Well, I mean, that's all the time we got. Shout out to my man Osnizzle. Yeah. Right? Because that's what you need to type in on Google. You working on the album?
I'm working on the album.
He's working on the album, so get ready for that.
I'm like 12 songs in already.
Oh, shit. See? And Kanye only gave you 7. You know what I mean? He's not even done yet. Kanye
I'm actually
only gave you 7.
Going the Kanye route. I'm doing like 5 albums this summer.
Oh shit! See?
So I got a couple other people's albums I'm producing too.
Okay.
So, you know,
So we doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
5 albums, 1 summer.
Yeah.
That's
how
a
we
different
try.
world, like 3 summers.
Yeah.
All right, Factory, we out. Thank you, bro.